A friend showed me this cool design on Thingiverse, so I'll show it to you here. Uh, Here we go. So it's called the KissMas tree, right? And looks like they added a file and didn't rearrange things, but whatever. Okay, so here's the base. Or no, I guess here's one of the tree pieces. I'm not sure exactly, but here's what it looks like, right? And so there's these little like I don't know branches, leaves, and then the Hershey's Kisses can sit on there. Kind of fancy, kind of fun, right? So we look around and doesn't quite hold the balls right. I guess I was talking to a lady that made this, and she's not really happy with how it holds the balls. Not a big deal. Okay. So got all these files, right? Oh, I guess he does have cupped files, but they're still not quite holding it right. Huh. Maybe they're designed for like one size. I'm not sure. Ooh, that's gonna bust. Okay, anyways, let's keep looking around. What she really struggled with was the base. Okay. She struggled with man, there are a lot of files here. Good for him, by the way, for all these files. Like that's cool. But yeah, the base she really struggled with. Like getting this to print right and come off right. Like she basically had to make it on a raft to get it to work right because it's constantly lifting. She couldn't quite get a brim around it because it instantly angled. So I told her that I would redesign it for her. So I'm gonna show you guys. Plus, I'll show her this. So here's my version, right? So first of all, there's two parts to this. I can link this whole thing so you guys can make copies and make it parametric too. But there's the normal base and the normal holders here. Plus, you go to number 2. You've got a bowl here. So she wanted a bowl, right? So this bowl also has that. It's got an extender here in case you just want to extend it. And then I just put a star here. Now, every single one of these is hollow, so you can run wires up here in case you want to like light up the star. Now, this star doesn't actually have like anywhere to light up, but it is hollow. So I don't know if you wanted to drill holes or redesign it with holes. That's cool. So I guess I started it for you. So yeah, this is this, and so well, this is the supplemental file that has everything in it. So like, if I wanted to change the width, make it bigger or smaller, I could. Now the width changes everything. Changes the width of the bowl, changes the width of the star. So if I change this to like 100, right, it makes things a lot smaller, and the star can't be hollow anymore at that small size. All right, let's see if we go to 150. Still can't quite be hollow. Maybe I'll have to change the shell to like 2. Yep, so it could do it at 2. So you might have to change your shell around if you still want your star to be hollow. But let's see, that's a 6-inch star or so. So that's, I don't know, a decent little star there, right? But yeah, tiny little bowl. But I think she's got a big printer available. I think she's got access to a Cobra Max, so she can do like a 15. What would that be? 400 millimeter. So, whoops, not height. Don't want to change that. Let's see. We'll leave that at 100. So change this to 400. Right? We won't want to print the star, but there's a bowl full of candy. Anyways, let's look at the main one, Part Studio 1 here. So your Hershey's Kisses can go in here. I made it a slight bit deeper, right? So it could hold the kisses a little bit better. And I don't know, you can still make it bigger, right? So over here, the segment height, right? 50 millimeters, which is about 2 inches, right? The segment width. So that's if I'm looking up top, the radius of all this stuff is 150 millimeters, or about 6 inches, right? Our 8 arms is 8 of each type of arm. So I can change that, right? Change how many arms that we have here. And so that's nice because we start at the bottom, right? Let's say we start your bottom row with like 20 of these. And what's really cool is it doesn't break the thing to have too many, right? It just shows that there's too many. Let's see. I have a bamboo, so I'll set it to 240. There we go. And I'll make it a little bit taller here. Like, maybe 75 or so. I don't know. That's it. That's a ton of kisses. That's a lot here. That's maybe too much. I'll go 16. There we go. That doesn't scream diabetes as much. All right. And so I can also, okay, so this is just for Hershey's Kisses, right? I can also change this to like 12, right? There's 12 arms. and now I can make the trays bigger, like 25. So now I'm like putting bigger things on here, like what are those things with cherry cordials, right? Stuff like that. Let's see. Now I can also choose the shape of these, and so I was, criticizing. Well, I wasn't criticizing. I was agreeing with their criticization of these little things, how they didn't hold the lint balls very well. But I don't know. We'll have to see how mine do. But you basically put the width of the lint ball, which is like, I don't know, 28 millimeters or so. And these are my holders, so it still shows, like, you can still have the lint logo here. And then I'd probably do like, I don't know, nine arms for the bottom. There we go. That way the little like poof of the wrapper can go on each side. So yeah, there's tons of adjustments here. And so, okay, this would be the first section, right? Next section might have like 7, and it might only be 60 tall, and it might come into 200, right? But it still holds the same spheres at 28 millimeters, and so now I have that. So that's my middle section, right? Next one is 5. It's at, I don't know, 160, at 50 tall, and yeah, so this would be my third section, and then I don't know, I do my third or my fourth section like that, right? Maybe 100 wide, real small. Ooh, that's a little too small. Maybe 120. Keep up the pattern. There we go. That looks pretty cool. That's skinny, huh? I have to make sure I adjusted it to the right thing there, because that did come out smaller than I thought it should be. Whatever. I'll check the drawing here in a little bit and fix it if I need to. But yeah, basically you have all these options, right? So let's say I don't have little candies. I have Rice Krispie treats, right? So I want to make this like 240, maybe 6 arms. Okay, I'll use the squares, but I'll do, I don't know, like 40. No, not 40. What is it? Thinking 4 inches. Like 100. 100? No. 50. There we go. So that could hold a little Rice Krispie square, 2 inch by 2 inch or so, maybe 60. All right, so now it's a Rice Krispie square tree, but even though it collides in here, it's still going to export correctly, right? So it just has, well, I guess we'll have to hide that part. It just has more support on bottom. So it's all right for it to collide here. All right, it does look a little cooler if it's actually floating, though. So let's bring this down to like 50. There we go. So lots of ideas here. If you really want, I can make a star that lights up. That's sort of my specialty. So yeah, let me know if you want like fancy things for the star. This is also super hollow, so I'll show this. And this also has a hole in it to run a wire. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. I'll export some of them for you guys so you can just download and try it. But if you really want to customize it, I'll have the link here. I'll make it public. What you're going to do is, you'll see a different looking view. Basically, you're going to hit this. From that different looking view, you have to have an Onshape, profile first. It's free. So click this, go to copy workspace, and then you go back to Onshape, and then in your main folder, things that are owned by you, then you open this up and yeah, start playing with these configurations and try things out. So anyways, have fun with that. And if you have any other ideas, like I just put those 3 trays in. If you really want, like if anybody really requests, I can make like the height here adjustable so it can have shorter edges. I don't know. I can do all sorts of shapes. So let me know. Thanks for tuning in. And yeah, thanks for supporting me on Thingiverse. Like the support's been great. Thanks, guys.